Okie dokes, folks. So this is where you have to start paying attention to me, all right? Because right now, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my uh, Twitter, whatever, my Facebook, whatever, okay? Really on the rise, okay? I sent out a tweet last night, got about 10,000 impressions, over 200, over 300 actually interactions, okay? So we're making it big time right now, okay? Things are getting ready to rock and roll, locked and loaded, okay? Things are getting big, huge, okay? So the next big thing that's gonna get huge because of that ripple effect is what you're watching right now, okay? So things are picking up, things are rolling, things are getting bigger and better than ever before, and it's gonna be awesome, okay? So, stay on this journey with me, keep it rocking, keep it rolling, okay? And thanks for joining this ride with me, okay? So let's keep it rolling. All right, so one of the videos I came out with yesterday talked about some of the rules and regulations that the NFL is going to enforce because of COVID-19 due to the players' helmets, which I thought was a great idea, awesome idea. Okay, I'll keep mentioning that until I don't feel like it. And clearly, that was not Roger Goodell's idea because he's just a bag of bones that doesn't know what the heck's going on. Okay, he just sits at his home, sits at it in his office, just stuffs his face with donuts, and kind of hopes for the best. So clearly, the team that's under him has to pick up a lot of slack. I mean, a lot of slack. And they're really the ones that need a lot of credit right now because they're the ones that are doing the great work, and clearly not Roger Goodell. And I love how Barstool Sports has the clown face of Roger Goodell, and then on the other side of they're selling merchandise with that clown face of Roger Goodell, and then on the other side it says Fire Goodell. I love that. I think it's great. As soon as things start picking up, I'll buy one of those mugs. Okay, and I was actually pretty excited. I got a face mask of Barstool Sports, so that'll be pretty sweet. And waiting for that to come in. And it's neat. This is I'm pretty sure the cloth one, so that'll be cool because it seems like all the face masks I wear that are just the normal, ones that you hook onto your ears, it seems like I tend to break all those without even trying. So it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I've got to move on to bigger and better things. And I did, okay? So eventually, for a while, I'll wear, the Barstool Sports one, see where it goes. I'm hoping it's a huge talking point, to help spread the word about this stuff. And hey, somewhere down the road, maybe towards the end of the summer, hopefully I can get, a whole bunch of face masks with my name on it, okay? Jason J. Statham, Stady Dream Team. That'd be pretty sweet, all right? You're not gonna lie. I love things with my own name on it. And that's my goal. That's my goal is eventually somewhere down the road, get some skyscrapers up in Boston. And instead of saying anybody else's name, it just says Statham across the top, okay? That's the plan, okay? Because there's no better name than mine, okay? I am dominant, okay? And even now, and my dominance is spreading like a wildfire, all right? Literally, like a wildfire is going through every corner of the earth as we speak. And what better way to keep it rolling than to keep it rolling right now? So I've been talking about, some of the top Boston sports moments. And obviously a little while ago, I came out with a video that is talking about the other side of that and talking about the negative Boston stuff as well as the negative Boston sports moments. And that video was about the Boston Tea Station. Okay, if you don't know the Boston Tea System, the Boston Tea Station Network, it's unfortunately called the Subway to a lot of people. And let me make this clear. It's not the Subway. Subway is a restaurant. The T is the train network. Okay, that's what we call it, the T. So let Subway be Subway. Let the T be the T, and we'll all be okay. We'll all be perfectly fine, all right? So I talked about that in my last video, but hey, you know what? That's not what we're talking about right now, okay? Because I already spent almost 15 minutes talking about it in the last video. So just go and watch it. Save me some breath, okay? Let me live a little longer so we can actually talk about something else now, okay? So the last video, No, well, no. This video right here, right now, in this very moment that you are watching, because you like watching it, is going to be talking about, in my opinion, the number 2 sports moment in Boston history, okay? And the immediate idea that comes to my mind is the New England Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl way back in the day, okay? And that's immediately what jumps in my mind, grabs my thought process, and that's what I think about right now as the number 2 sports moment in Bostonian history. Out of all the history that the Boston sports has made, that's what pops up, okay? So I'm going to give you a backstory to the backstory about why I believe this game was the second best ever in Boston, okay? So again, it was kind of like the Falcons game where, you know, the Patriots were a very dominant team. The Seattle Seahawks, again, was a very dominant team at the time. Again, I'm going to reiterate that Pete Carroll isn't the brightest tool in the shed, okay? He's got something going on because he ain't that great of a coach, in my opinion. So clearly, it was the team around him that brought them to the Super Bowl, because it clearly wasn't Pete Carroll, that's for dang sure, okay? You know, if you don't remember, Pete Carroll was with the Patriots way back in the day. Obviously didn't do much because they literally went nowhere, okay, except for back home because, you know, he just doesn't know how to coach, really. And, you know, it eventually went south on him very quickly in the Super Bowl, so I'll get to that, you know, pretty much right now. So, again, you know, the Patriots, a very dominant team, very great team, had a great year that year. And again, Seattle Seahawks, you know, great team that year. Russell Wilson, again, great guy and a great player as well, okay? I feel like Russell Wilson's one of those guys where you hear nothing but great things about him on the field and off the field. I mean, obviously the last couple of years, you know, the Seahawks have struggled a little bit, but you know what? Like, Russell Wilson, you know, still out there, still slinging balls down the field, okay? You know, still a great quarterback, still a great guy. You know, he definitely does a lot of, you know, community service work off the field. Definitely a great family man, okay? I have the ultimate respect for Russell Wilson, okay? And so, you know, both teams played in the Super Bowl. It was the first time the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl in, you know, honestly quite a while. And it's just a matter of, you know, which team is going to do, you know, is going to do greatness and come out on top in the end. Because it's just one of those deals where both teams could easily won it. You know, and both the teams deserve to win. Okay, except for Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll did not deserve to win, but the rest of the Seahawks organization did. So, you know, it was one of those games where, you know, it kept going back and forth. You know, the score kept flip-flopping. You know, at one point, kept going back and forth between the Seahawks being in the lead, the Patriots being in the lead, to the Seahawks running away with it for a little while, and then the Patriots come back and getting back in the game, and you know, so it was great. It was a great, fantastic game to watch. You know, definitely kept everybody's interest the whole entire time, and it was great because definitely wasn't one of those games where it immediately lost somebody's interest. You know what I mean? It kept each and every viewer, each and every fan of the game interested the whole entire time. So that's exactly what kind of game you want. Exactly, and especially in the Super Bowl too. I mean, what better way to display such a great game like that than at the league's highest, you know, game and at the highest viewed event, you know, essentially out of every single TV network, right? Because, you know, the great thing about Super Bowl Sunday is, you know, essentially everybody around the world is watching it, right? It's such a major event, and it's essentially like its own holiday at this point, right? Because, you know, the companies that are wanting to get a television ad for the Super Bowl are paying a ton of money for it, and, you know, 90% of folks in America are watching it. Okay, I can tell you down at college, you know, we're having a ton of get-togethers just to watch the Super Bowl, okay? And you know that, you know, the stadium's packed out. Everybody's paying top dollar for a ticket. tailgates are going through the roof. Okay, I know especially in the city that the Super Bowl's in. Okay, we all know that there's events going on like several weeks in advance before the leading up to the Super Bowl. Okay, so and then again, literally everybody in the United States and then across the globe is narrowing in on the Super Bowl. Okay, to see who's gonna win. So and this is one of those games where everybody knew in the Seahawks versus Patriots Super Bowl. This was one of those games where literally everybody around the globe knew that it was going to be a great game. So I'm pretty sure this game was one of the highest watched games in NFL history for the Super Bowl, and it was just great that my Patriots, were in it. My boys, my OGs. Again, like I said, back and forth all game. Both teams on both sides of the football were absolutely incredible, absolutely dominant. Okay, awesome game. I'll keep saying that over and over and over and over again. And so it got to the point where the Patriots were ahead, okay, 28-24. And in the last couple minutes of the game, the Seahawks had the ball, kept marching down the field. And then at that point, when they were on the 1 yard line, and they've had four chances. Okay, 4 chances. Because once they got to the 1 yard line, they had first down. Okay, so 4 opportunities to get into the end zone from the 1 yard line, and all they needed was a touchdown to win the game. Okay, and that would have given them essentially the opportunity to win the Super Bowl, because at that point there was such little time left that once the Patriots got the ball back, there was basically no way they could march down the field, because they probably would have needed a high score or something like that. They probably would have needed a touchdown if my quick math is correct. They probably would have needed a touchdown to win the game. So there was no way the Patriots were going to catch up at that point. So the Seahawks had the game in the bag. And plus, an important note to mention, at that time, they had Marshawn Lynch. Okay? And at that time, Marshawn Lynch was literally like the best and the most dominant running back in the whole entire NFL. Okay? So, at that point, the Seahawks, won it. At that point, I was like, okay, you know what? I hate that the Patriots are going to lose it, but you know what? It's well-deserved, because, the Seahawks, they deserved it, And so, on basically all the tries that they attempted, they had Marshawn Lynch right behind Russell Wilson. So all Russell Wilson had to do was just kind of lightly toss him the ball, and then Marshawn Lynch could have easily just run it right in, just 1 yard run, and then boom, done, game over. But that didn't happen, okay? Because obviously, again, Pete Carroll, head coach, not a great combo, and so the play call was for Russell Wilson to throw the ball into the end zone, and again, this was the kind of play that the Patriots had been working on all week. One particular defensive play. Okay, Bill Belichick, rulebook Bill, made it very clear that they wanted to work on this one defensive scheme. So if an important moment in the game, if Russell Wilson called this one offensive play, the Patriots were ready to rock and roll and answer the call. And guess what? Bill's got to be some kind of genie in a bottle or something, because he called it perfectly. And so the Seahawks called that particular play, and guess what? The Patriots responded with that play that they were working on all week. So they lined up. The Seahawks, hiked it, got the ball. Russell Wilson threw it. Malcolm Butler had the interception at the goal line. The Patriots saved the game, and guess what? They won. And so afterwards, a little fight broke out, because obviously the Seahawks were like, what the heck did we just do? Well, I'll tell you what they did. Again, they just lost the game. Okay, because again, Malcolm Butler, interception at the goal line, saved the game for the Patriots. You could see Tom Brady jumping up and down like a little boy. Okay, he probably didn't do that again until he got lost in Tampa Bay just recently. And so there they were jumping up and down, going crazy. You know, the crowd's going freaking wild. It was nuts. And so the fight broke out. The refs, you know, took care of it. And then the Patriots, you know, at that point there was less than a minute left. So the Patriots just kneeled it, won the Super Bowl, and it was great. Okay, so I'm gonna end the video here because essentially that's the end of the story for me. There's nothing really left, you know, to talk about. So that is, in my opinion, the number 2 top sports moment in Bostonian sports history. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because every time I rewatch it, every time I talk about it, I still go crazy about it. Gets me excited every time, and just makes me look forward to football season even more, right? Especially nowadays, you know, we need sports more than ever. Sports will be and is the great way to bring the globe together. Okay, and that's what we want. Community, right? Sports is all about community. I love being in the community. I love being with people. So here we go. So until I see you all next, you know, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Okay, thank you to the frontline workers, and I'll see y'all soon.